Hey guys, my lighting might be a little bit off because the sun is like right in the window right now, so excuse this little light from the blinds here. Maybe I can, hold on. Okay, but this is just a favorites video anyway, so it's not like the lighting isn't super important. Excuse my voice, I don't usually like to film when I'm sick, but like my favorites video is already going to be late going up, so I kind of have to film it today. I have mostly palettes this month. One of them is like one that I started using constantly again, and I went palette crazy the past few weeks, so palettes, and I guess I'll do the other two things first. So the first favorite I have here is, of course, my moisturizer, the Clinique Moisture Surge. I just recently bought the full size of this because I had so many little sample tubes that I went through. This is my favorite moisturizer that I have ever used. It's just perfect for my skin. It's a gel consistency. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but it is a pretty small jar. This one is the, how many ounces is this? 1.7 ounce, and then I believe there's a 3 ounce too. But you seriously need so little of this. I just dip my finger in and do like a dot on my forehead, a dot on my cheek, a dot on my other cheek, and then I rub it all in. And that's all I need every time I use it. So I mean, I've had this for probably a month and have only used that much of it. So it's really nice for any time of the year because I've been using it since the beginning of... The first time I used it, I think, was last January when I first got a little sample size of it, and I've been using it on and off since then, and no matter what time of the year, it helps my dry patches, but it also keeps my oil in check, so just cannot recommend that one enough. And hold on, I have like a loose piece of hair here. I straightened my hair. I haven't done it in so long, but it finally got cold outside, so I was like, I'm just gonna blow dry and straighten my hair. Then my next fave is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have the color Light Neutral 15, and this one is, when I first got it and swatched it, I thought it was going to be a little bit too dark for me to use under my eyes, but it's actually perfect. This is what it looks like. The consistency of it is very similar to the Kat Von D concealers. It's a little bit thinner. It's not quite as like pasty thick as those are, but it's so nice. It doesn't crease. This is like perfect color, and it's just a really nice concealer for, I believe they're $8, so that's pretty cheap, but considering you get a good amount in here too, because you only need a tiny bit of it. At least I'm not one of those people that like draws an entire triangle and fills it in. Like, I just need a couple dots and that's it. How much is in here? 4 grams or 0.14 ounces, which is comparable to, how much is in the Kat Von D ones? The Kat Von D ones have 6.25 grams or 0.22 ounces, so you do get more in Kat Von D, but hers are quite a lot more pricey. I think hers are $20, between 18 and 20, I can't quite remember. So another Colourpop item, or 3 actually, all 3 of their palettes. I've been using these like crazy this month. On my eyes today I have the She palette and a color from, which one did I, yeah, I used the I Think I Love You palette and the She palette today. And then you have Yes Please, which was their first one that was, it keeps selling out. I don't know why they don't just have it all the time, but it keeps selling out, and with good reason, because it's a really awesome palette. I've made a mess of mine already. But I just grab for these all the time because they're right on top. They're like super easy to just grab and get looks out of because there's so many choices. Like each one has a good amount of different textured shadows, like a good amount of matte, shimmers, and metallics. So these are just out of this world for the price. They're $16 a piece and they're amazing quality. I love Colourpop. Just pretty much everything I've ever bought from Colourpop I absolutely love. So The next thing is the thing I kind of rediscovered. This was the Becca, I think it was from last year, the Jaclyn Hill Holiday Face Palette. Champagne Collection Face Palette is the proper name for it, but it is just the 3 blushes and 2 of the, what do they call their highlighters? I always forget. Shimmering Skin Perfectors. So, mainly Champagne Pop, because that's like one of my favorite highlighters ever, but the Prosecco Pop too. I mix these two together, and because this one is a little bit too yellowy gold for my skin, the Champagne Pop kind of evens it out. And the blush in the middle, the Amaretto one, I love this for fall, because it's just, I like really dark blushes in the fall, so that one is like a brownish, dusky brown. And speaking of that, I may as well throw in, where's my other one that I like? The Becca Mineral Blush in Nightingale. This is probably my favorite fall blush. I got this last year, I think. I can never remember when I got these things, but this is just a really dark, like, cranberry color. I remember I think I used this for Thanksgiving. It's just a really nice fall/winter color, because I like darker colors in the winter time. Of course, you guys know these next two are going to be in my favorites video, because I talked about these a lot this month. The Natasha Denona Lila palette. It is pronounced Lila, I guess. I know I got told that I pronounced it wrong in my video, but I did make an annotation in that afterwards I found out that yes, it is indeed pronounced Lila. But this is another one of my new favorites. It's just got so many pretty purple and like plummy shades, and again, great colors for fall. What I love about this one is that it doesn't have a bunch of chunky glitter shades like a lot of her other palettes do, because with those I find that you have to apply it with your finger in order to get the best application out of them. None of these in this palette are like that, so that is pretty awesome. I've been using this a lot. I love this bright purple color, like on the outer half of my lid. It's so pretty. I should have worn this today, actually. But that is the new Natasha Denona palette. And then, hold on here, the last one in my favorites is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I've been using this one all this week. I didn't use it today. Like I said, I used the Colourpop palettes. But this is so pretty. I already have an entire review slash like more of a first impressions, because I was just swatching it in that video. But some of my favorites, definitely Ashes, because this color is so unique to anything else I have. It's like a beigey gray with like gold and green sparkles in it. I don't know how well my camera's focusing right now, but it's so pretty. I really like Cathedral as like an all-over lid color. It's like a purpley silver, and Heaven is a very light metallic lilac color. That's another pretty all-over lid shade. Just everything in this palette, I've used just about every shadow on my eyes so far, and I love them. A lot of the times, and I think I mentioned this in my review video, a lot of the times she has some duds in her holiday palettes, and I think that's more of a thing of like they have to mass produce these so fast for the holidays that they kind of let some things slide and you have some crappy colors. But I think the first time we heard about this was last year, so they've been working on it for that long, and it definitely shows, because these are like high quality like all her other eyeshadow palettes. So I'm very happy with that. This is definitely quickly becoming another one of my favorites. Her holiday palettes are always huge. Like she had the big, her first one she ever did was the Tattoo Chronicles palette, which is like a thick, looks like a book. And then the second one looked like a book too. The Candelabra palette. And then they got thinner and thinner until you had the massive Mi Vida Loca, what do you call it? The remix palette from a couple years ago. Then last year's was the Metal Matte, which is the super duper long one, and then this year you have this one. So her holiday palettes are always huge and kind of, they're weird to store them, so I kind of just have them all lined up and they just sit over there that way. But that's it for my favorites, I think. Yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to film another video right after this, so you're going to have to hear my annoying nasally cold voice again. But that's it for now, and I'll talk to you guys next time.